Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Matthew Coder, and for those of you who don't know me, I help individuals upgrade the number one thing in their lives that is preventing them from having what they desire, and that is themselves. So if you click the title of this video, then you already know a little bit about what it's going to be about. I own thelivingyoga.com. I definitely have some things that I would like to sell you. However, what we're going to talk about today is definitely not one of them. I know a lot of people out there are unhappy or they're not joyful, and I don't want you to be one of those people. So I put together a list of 5 things that might be going on in your prayer practice that will really help you to improve the strength of your prayers. So the first thing is your perspective on prayer. So most people, when they pray, they're using their prayer to change something about the outside world. So if you kind of imagine or put yourself in a situation where you've attempted to pray, maybe there's been a situation or a circumstance going on, and then you start offering that prayer in an attempt to change the thing that is happening on the outside world. And that's okay, and that's totally understandable. Where I have found that I have gained a lot of opportunity to deepen the effectiveness of my prayers is when I'm praying about a situation or something that is outside of me, I actually want to ask how the Creator can transform me so that I can be of better service to that person or that situation or that circumstance. So it's a big shift in perspective. So your obstacle right here might be is the perspective from which you're praying. Maybe you're praying to just change the situation versus praying with the intention to have the Creator transform you so that you can show up better to serve that situation with greater clarity, greater love, greater compassion, whatever might be needed of you. And then if you transform, then the way that you show up to the situation will be different. And then ultimately the outcomes that might happen within that situation, they can be different too. So that has been hugely impactful for me, is when I ask the Creator to transform me to be able to meet the situation that He has created. So give that a try. Let me know how that one goes. So that's number 1. Number 2 is your consistency of prayer. So how often are you actually praying? How often are you actually talking to the Creator? How often are you attempting to have a conversation and not just about our problems? You know, it's really easy when things are going good to forget to have that conversation. And that's totally understandable. You know, things are going well, and so you just get focused on what's going well. But it's really great if you really start to create open communication with the source of creation. And I also feel that I have a lot of success when I speak to the Creator in my normal, natural voice, as if I'm just talking to a friend. And I will talk to the Creator and pray pretty much all the time. Like whenever I need to, whenever something is on my mind, I just talk to the Creator as if I'm talking to a friend. And then I keep myself open to listening. So you might look at your consistency of prayer. Are you only praying every once in a while or when something catastrophic is happening? Or are you inviting the Creator and your relationship to the source of creation into your life on a consistent and a regular basis? So something to look at there. The third one is that your system might actually be full of toxins. So, and there are a number of different toxins, and I bet if you just looked at them right off the top of your head, you could think of a few. Your system is out of alignment and your system is out of balance. So I like to think of this as like keeping my vehicle well maintained and keeping my antennas tuned so that the Creator's frequency can really be received by this system. I like to think of it like a television. You remember old TVs back in the day used to have antennas. If the antenna wasn't in alignment, then the screen was all fuzzy. But if the antenna is in alignment, then poof, a whole world shows up on your TV screen. So it might be possible that you have some really great opportunities to cleanse and clean your system, to align your system, and to bring some balance into your system so that those prayers have a greater potency and they can really, really be heard and felt. The next one is you're not paying attention to, or you're not aware of the frequencies that are coming out of your heart or out of your mind. So maybe this will be the first time that you've ever heard this, but if you actually feel into your heart, especially if you have a strong emotional state, that will be a really good time for you to become aware of how there's an actual energy field of frequencies that are radiating out from not just the heart, but also the mind as well. So as you pray, you might not be aware of what frequencies are coming out of your heart. So as an example of how this could show up for you is, a key component to building a strong relationship with the Creator is trust. But it's completely understandable why maybe you're struggling with trust right now with the Creator, because trust is also built through communication. It's built through a consistent relationship. But so that's totally understandable. But if you feel into your heart and you're praying kind of at random and one time, and what's coming out of your heart is an enormous amount of, say, fear, then we have a really beautiful opportunity for you to become aware of that fear and then just notice it and start to introduce a little bit of trust, little by little. It doesn't have to be all at once trust. It doesn't have to be all at once faith. It can be little by little faith, little by little trust. But just by becoming aware of the frequencies that are happening in your heart or happening in your mind, and maybe even speaking that out loud and speaking those frequencies and those thoughts to the Creator and asking for the Creator to give you some clarity or give you some wisdom about how you could best transform those frequencies for your highest good. Then the last one is your prayers are all about you. And it's totally understandable. Oftentimes we are our favorite subjects. So it's possible that when you're praying, you're only praying about your own personal desires or your own personal wants or your own personal well-being. Where I find that we really start to see the Creator's magic working in a big way and feeling it, and it feels very miraculous. And I'll give you a little bonus here at the end, is when our prayers also regularly and routinely include the well-being for all living beings, all of God's creation everywhere. That includes your enemies. That includes people that you're mad at, people that have hurt you, or people that have stolen from you, or any number of those things. Remember in the let's say if we use the Christian faith as an example, in the Lord's Prayer it says, "And forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us." That fundamental line for me in my heart is all about forgiveness and forgiveness of debts. And so then if I'm offering my prayers, I want to offer my prayers to the well-being of all beings everywhere, not just a select few. So just a quick review of all of those 5. So the first one is your perspective on prayer. So are you only praying in times when it feels like you've got a fire going on in your life? And are you only asking the Creator to change the external circumstance without changing you? First and foremost, you should ask or have your prayers, in my opinion, primarily be about how can the Creator change you or work through you so that you can show up to the situation better and that your relationship with the Creator can be stronger. The consistency of your prayer. Are you routinely praying? Are you talking to the Creator regularly, having just even fun conversations? Are you celebrating with the Creator even? Are you, when you have those moments of triumph, or you have those moments where you feel or you see the Creator working in your life, you're actually celebrating the Creator like a teammate. Your system is full of toxicities. It's out of alignment and out of balance. So do you have this opportunity within your life to fine-tune your system? Maybe, stop drinking some chemicals that are probably weighing down the system, or maybe you can examine your diet and look at your nutrition, and then look at the health of your physical body. Are you taking a proactive approach to this temple, to your bodily temple? Are you taking care of the temple that the Creator has given you? And then paying attention to the frequencies coming out of your mind, paying attention to the frequencies coming out of your heart. And if you're not for sure how to transform those frequencies, asking the Creator to offer you clarity or guidance on how to transform those frequencies so that you can start to let in a little bit more trust into the heart, a little bit more faith into the heart. Then lastly, of course, your prayers are just about you. And totally understandable if they have been or they are, but you've got this great opportunity to start to include the well-being of others. And the cool part is that I think about prayer is you can pray anytime, and people don't even have to know that you're doing it. And the cool part is if you're skeptical about prayer or all this stuff, that's cool too. You can still do it. It's not going to hurt you to try it. You know, it's kind of one of those things where if you do it and it works, amazing. And if you do it and it doesn't work, then you're not out anything. So, you know, I invite you to take this opportunity to implement some of these steps into your life. And if they help you, then, you know, come back to the video. Let me know what your experiences were. Now, if you do implement these, here are some signs that you can kind of know or see that the Creator speaks to you. So synchronicities. This is your bonus material. So synchronicity. So, you know, maybe you're like, I was just talking about Jimmy, and then Jimmy shows up in a gas station. Or all of a sudden you're walking down the street and you randomly find a lottery ticket. Or the job that you've really been wanting, you get a phone call from them. So you just start to look and see how the Creator is starting to work through other people and circumstances and situations. You may even notice distinct phrases like stick out on a billboard that you've never really seen before. Or perhaps like a song on the radio really catches your ear and it's a specific line in that song, you know, because I want you to think, it says in the Christian Bible that God will speak to us in a kind of a silent voice. I think if you start to tune into that silent voice, it actually gets really, really loud. And he starts speaking to you through people and places and circumstances and situations. But his language is a little bit different because God can speak all languages. The Creator can speak all languages, not just English. So we have to learn the Creator's language and learn how to create great conversations with the Creator by attempting to understand the Creator's way of speaking to us. So those are my 5, little tips for you. I hope that they helped. Please leave a comment, hit the like button or subscribe or share it with your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much. I hope that this helps you to be a little bit more joyful, a little bit more pleasant, a little bit more peaceful, and a little bit more loving. Thank you guys. See ya.